Hey boys and girls, it's the entertainment queen here. This weekend, two of my son's birthday, yes, they were born a year and a day apart, and they're coming over with some of their friends who have grown up with me like as if they're my own. So my son called me and said, Mom, we're coming over for a dinner party. Get cooking. Great. The big question is, what am I going to cook? I don't want to shop for all sorts of new ingredients right now because I do have food in my house. So let's use that. And I did shop for a few things, but my local supermarket's quite expensive, so I didn't want to get a whole party's worth. I'll show you what we're going to make. I had some ribeye steaks and loin lamb chops, which I'm just going to grill in the pan. I always keep a bag of deveined and shelled shrimp in my freezer, so I could take that out anytime, make for a crowd. I also keep fresh pasta, which is I freeze, so that's an ingredient. And what I did buy at the store is some rolls because I'm going to make them sausage and peppers. I'm using hot and sweet peppers. This is a dish that my kids have never had before in my house because their dad didn't like the sausages. So this is going to be a surprise for them. My first steps are I'm going to brown the sausages and then take them out and cook the peppers and onions. I've got my water starting to boil because that's going to take a long time for my pasta. Always remember to put the water on first. And the shrimp are in warm water to defrost. I've got about 24 in there. There's 16 to 20 per pound, and they're 2 pounds in the bag, so there's usually almost 40 shrimp in that bag. So we have quite a lot. They're going to be very happy. You definitely want to drain your shrimp on paper towel because it can hold a lot of water. If you want to put that in olive oil, it's going to splatter a lot. So you want it nice and dry. Garlic, and scallions that we're going to start heating up to cook our shrimp. The shrimp are in the pan. You don't want to overcrowd them. I mean, they're really touching each other, but you see there's some space. And we're going to sear them on both sides. There's a lot of shrimp in here and not a lot of liquid, and we're putting it over pasta, so we really need some sauce. I didn't buy any wine, but the kids bought beer, so here it goes. This is going to be our sauce. So it has butter and oil and our vegetables, and our beer is going to reduce this down to like this little stock, bringing the shrimp flavor. And then we'll add the other shrimp that weren't cooked. I think we'll find a few more things, maybe some parsley, and make this a dish. The peppers and onions are already wilted, so we're going to put in our sliced sausage. Yeah, that's the beginning of them. We're going to cut the rest of them up and toss it together, season it, and get it ready for delicious eating. Our sausage and peppers are smelling amazing. I put a little fresh rosemary in there, salt and pepper to season, and we're just going to heat it through because let the sausage finish cooking. We chopped up some garlic here into smaller pieces for garlic bread. That's actually a tub of butter that I just cut. It was frozen and I just cut it in half and that will melt nicely. I've also added chopped parsley, which will neutralize the sharpness of the garlic both in the taste and in your breath. I'm going to add a little salt because this is sweet butter, and I'm going to melt it down and let it sit there for a little while. Depending on how strong the garlic is, I might not even put the garlic on the bread and just use the butter. Our butter is nice and melted, and we're just going to mix it around. I don't want to heat it too much. I actually turned it off even though it's not completely melted because it will start melting in its own heat. The worst thing is to burn it, of course, and we're just going to let it sit there in the garlic to steep for a little while before we put it on our bread. Our garlic bread and a bunch of brioche rolls are on the tray ready to go into the oven. You have to be really careful with this because the butter's already melted, so you really just need to warm up the bread. If you warm it too much, it will get crunchy, and then you'll have crumbles and everything, so really keep it down to about 5 minutes in the oven. Our crowd was a little bigger than anticipated. I think my son got a little excited. So what I have in this pot here is the turkey and gravy that you saw me make the other day. Now this is, comes out of the container, the pitcher, and it is, gelatinized, and it will reduce down and become liquidy, and then we're just going to soak all this nice turkey meat in it. And we have some brioche rolls and some cranberry sauce, which you all saw me make for Thanksgiving. So that's going to be one of the dishes as well. the gravy liquefied, and the white meat is sitting in it. I'm just going to cover this and let it sit and steam in its own flavor. I'll toss it around, and then I'm going to serve it with cranberry sauce. We rubbed our meat with olive oil, and then I made a salt, pepper, a smoked paprika, and a little bit of cayenne pepper, made a rub, and rubbed it on the meat. And that's going to sit there until we're ready to grill. The smoked Spanish paprika is really great because it gives a flavor of grill, especially since you're doing indoor grilling. You hear the steak sizzling in the background noise of the party. And we can take this out and cut it up in pieces. Garlic bread in the oven. And sausage and peppers are just warming up a bit, and then we're going to serve them. Okay, here they come, all ready for dinner. Here's the birthday boy. Hi, Tom.
Hey, Mommy. Mom, this is John.
This is the John.
Oh, yeah, this is the John.
Hello, how are you?
Look, and Jake came especially for my birthday.
Yay! These are my boys. Whoops.
How are you?
Casper's on the phone, so he's going to come up in a little while.
All right.
Yeah, you're in a bomb.
Sausage and pepper plated also. So we have the sausage and pepper, we have turkey. It's very it's very a testosterone driven meal here, folks. It's steak, shrimp, and garlic bread. There's both garlic bread, you'll find a partner, and there's a couple of brioches in here too. All right, chow down. Hold on. Is everybody ready to eat?
Yes.
Yes.